Okay, well, we are going to get started. Thank you so much, you guys, for getting on the call tonight. And if you're not on the call, maybe you're listening in. We are very excited to share with you what was one of the most amazing conferences ever. They're all amazing, but there was something really exceptional about this event. And so we're excited to share with you tonight. My name is Wendy Erdman, and I am with my husband, Brian Erdman, who will be sharing. Holly Crow from Nashville, Tennessee. We have Pam Strickler from San Antonio, Texas. And we have Teresa Ann Borchers, who is from Fort Laramie, Ohio. So thanks you guys for, do I have that right, Teresa Ann?
For sales.
For sales.
That's okay.
I saw that look, I'm like, whoops.
I originated from Fort Laramie, so.
Okay, that was close. I know they're all in the same little area, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So we're going to share with you, again, we just had such an amazing time. I'm going to share my screen so you can take a look at some slides as we go. And here it is. So can you guys see that okay? Yes. Awesome. Okay, so we are celebrating 25 years with the Juice Plus products and the Juice Plus company. And this is a picture of how the products have changed through the years. So this initial picture up at the top left is what it used to look like when it originally came out. And I can only imagine that 25 years ago, that was really bold and colorful and beautiful. But look at today, how gorgeous our products are. Not only do we have the fruit and veggie, you can see here, we've got the fruit and veggie down here, but now we have the vineyard blend, the berry blend, which is berries and different types of grapes. And we also have the orchard, or the omega blend, which is an omega oil blend of a lot of different plants and seeds, and absolutely love that product. So look at the beautiful containers that we have today and the amazing product that we have today. One of the new things that came out this time around is that now we have a new packaging for our complete, which I think is absolutely beautiful. These small little packets are now taller. They actually will stand on the counter. They're much easier to open, and the other packets just tended to spill easily. I don't know. These are just beautiful and so simple to use. So they really do try to keep up with the times with our packaging. And so we have a facelift to a lot of our products, which I absolutely love. We now are able to get this complete combo pack, which is available in variety alone. So if you like the chocolate and you like the vanilla, now you're able to get a larger pack of each, along with 15 single serve sachets of each of them. So I know for us, we like to scoop it at home, make a smoothie, but we also like to take it on the go. And sometimes I just feel like quick and easy, and I just grab the simple sachet. And so, but these are a beautiful new way to order Juice Plus with this combo pack with the new packaging that we have. So this is our products. This is our product line. We keep things very simple, very small. It's all whole food-based nutrition. So we have our quad, which is our orchard garden, or our fruit, vegetable, berry, and now we have the omega. That's called our quad, all four. And then we also have the orchard fruit, I gotta switch because we no longer call it that, fruit, vegetable, and berry gummies. And then we have our complete in the powder, and our complete bars are still the same complete bars that we've had. And then we have the Tower Garden, and we are gonna take a look a little bit closer at the Tower Garden. Pam, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Thank you. I'm trying to type a message as we're talking because Jay's still trying to get on.
Oh, okay.
But hey, the Tower Garden, y'all, great presentation. Just saying the basics of we're using the water and nutrition and sunlight. They talked a lot about organic versus inorganic. And if people ask you, is Juice Plus Tower Garden organic? Go to the blog. There's a whole explanation on organic versus non-organic. But one of the things they said is, before assuming what they're asking, ask the customer why they're asking that. because most people think that you just don't use pesticides. So you don't have to go into a really long explanation. It's just, we don't use pesticides, and 50% of insects come from the ground. So the fact that we plant in the tower eliminates half the bugs. So, a lot of times that's their question. But if they do want to know, then you can tell them it's an aeroponic growing system that grows without soil by delivering inorganic mineral nutrients directly to the plant's roots. And then they say, what does that mean? If they really want to know the details, you don't have to memorize it. They have it for you on the website. So the big thing to remember about the Tower Garden, especially with the upcoming generations, is Tower Garden is community. People are craving community. It's pro-social. You see it on social media. It's sensory stimulation. You can touch it. You can feel it. You can see it. It's control. You get to control what you're growing. It's identity, because you can say, I'm growing what I eat at my house in my 3-foot by 3-foot space, and I'm growing my 20 or 28 plants. It's an experience. So it's something that they can do. And so they really just talked about, the other part was it uses 90% less water, making it possible for anyone to easily grow their own fresh, nutrient-rich food. And so that is the last thing they shared was it is a way to connect with like-minded people. And you guys know, people are craving a sense of belonging, and this is one way to belong to something bigger than they are. So that was it.
And I love this. This is just amazing pictures of the Tower Garden that I was trying to send him a text real quick. It's just such a photogenic product. But look at this boy's face, how excited he is. And one thing that we love about the Tower Garden is that kids and families who grow together, they eat the produce because they're involved in it. So a lot of families coming involved, and a lot of schools, a lot of restaurants. So it's continuing to sweep the nation and around the world. So, and then there's a lot of, oh, go ahead.
I forgot one other thing with the Tower Garden is they really emphasized how mobile it is as people are moving. And they had this great picture of a convertible with a Tower Garden hanging out the back. So just really stressing, this is something, if you move, it goes with you.
Yes, I love that. So there's all kinds of resources on your juiceplus.com site. So be sure to take a look and definitely look at the blogs, all the gardening tips, because we do want to take good care of our customers, and there's all kinds of information there that you can share with them. Our company is definitely, hold on one second before I lose a battery. We have the most researched product in the world, and right now we have 38 publications, which is just incredible. We have 9 underway, so I'll talk a little bit about those. But our research is showing and showcasing the benefits of adding Juice Plus to your diet. And most of it is gold standard research, which you can't get any better than that. So we have got the best of the best with our research. These are a few of the studies underway right now. In Spain, they're studying brain health on the Trio blend. And, can this supplication improve cognitive function? In Massachusetts, they're studying inflammation with the Trio blend versus the Duo blend. So really taking a look at how does that vineyard blend have anti-inflammatory effects in an even greater way. So taking a look at both of those. In Chicago, they're looking at aging with the Trio blend. University of Colorado is also doing a CHD prevention, healthcare cost reduction. Not going to get into this too much. If you want more information, we can get it to you. And then University of Memphis is looking at the microbiome. And that's also going to include the complete as well as the Trio blend. Also in Australia, they're looking at muscle function and mobility. So this is going to be huge with the athletic world, as well as other, diseases that happen with the body and are affecting the muscles. I feel like this is going to be huge. The Omega blend, adding the Omega now is really impacting a lot of people's lives and health, but we don't have any research on it so far like this. So this will be a gold standard research, including our Omega blend. And then another study taking place in Austria. looking at the incidence and states of health and disorder. And inflammaging is a new word that is now out, and this is what they're looking at in Austria, taking a look at the inflammation, the telomere length, and the cognitive function and longevity of life. And that is going to also include the Omega blend. Super excited about that too. Oh, I wanted to mention the Juice Plus Science Institute, Advanced Plant-Based Nutrition, Advancing Plant-Based Nutrition. This is basically a new organization that's funded and organized by the Juice Plus company. It's going to be a place where we'll have all of our research kind of logged and available to us, but it's also going to have other research such as how are the plants different on the tower garden versus other plants that we might go buy in the store. This is going to have just a huge worldwide global impact on what we're doing, who we're about, the people involved in our research. It's going to be super exciting to watch what happens with this. But this was just launched at this conference, and we're going to keep an eye on how everything proceeds with this, but very exciting. I am going to turn it over to you, Tracy Ann. Hold on. We need to unmute you.
There. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That's the first glitch.
You got it.
Promo Plus had a lot of new things there, but we're just going to focus on a couple of things. They came out with some new postcards, and I have a set and Wendy has a set. My two, they all feature the 4-blend. And here's one that they actually have the same picture, but a little bit of different caption on it. And I like Wendy's too, if she can share, because it shows what's in each blend, and it does show the 4 blends. So that's really nice too. That way people can see exactly what's in each blend. They have, I think they had this brochure the last time though, but they talked a lot about the Healthy Starts for Families program, which used to be the Children's Health Study. They started this in the spring, so it's a continuation, but they have a really nice brochure for this one that you can send to people. It's very well done, really nice. So they are focusing on, the company found that it was benefiting more than just the children. It was actually benefiting the whole families. So that's why they kind of wanted to go more for a family emphasis versus just the child emphasis on it. So they have some social media posts that you can use this on, and how you get there is you just go to your virtual office and you would go to resources. Under there, it says social media images, and you'll find all kinds to put on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and they all focus on the Healthy Starts for Families. Okay, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, I got a phone on there. I don't know why. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to go through a couple things doing that. Wendy taught me this today, so I'm hoping I do this right.
You got it, girl.
We'll see. Hopefully I get this right. And okay, I did. Okay, we're going to first go to, everybody should have gotten from the company on Wednesdays, you get an email from Juice Plus Insights. And like I said, it comes through every Wednesday. This past Wednesday was, they shared a lot on what was presented at conference. So if you go into your Juice Plus Insights, under the second tab, I think it's a red banner. Underneath there, it asks you can click on videos or whatever, so you can see all the new videos. And this is where I am right now. If you scroll down, you'll see these are all new. They're awesome, absolutely awesome. The first one is on the compensation plan by Julie Herp. She does a wonderful job, absolute wonderful job. The next video is about our Wellness Plus program, and that's when you partner with a doctor or chiropractor, whatever, and you partner with him in the business. And then one from Dewana on core values. That's a really good one also. It just talks about the core values of the company and everything. Wonderful job. If you scroll down a little farther, there's numerous ones on the virtual franchise. I suggest you watch all of these. I've watched a couple. Some I've seen before, and pick which one resonates with you that you can share with people, because they're all a little bit different, all very unique, all really, really good. I really like the ones that I've seen so far. And down farther, you'll see who won the Elton Awards this past conference. And if you scroll down a little bit farther and you want to try and get the vision of what conference was like. They have several videos here taken throughout conference. All the fun that everybody had, kind of things that went on. Those are all really uplifting and fun to watch. And down just a little bit farther, you'll see the new research study on wisdom teeth extraction, which is study number 38. You'll see a video that concentrates on the Science Institute, which is what Wendy was just talking about. It explains it in detail a little bit more. And another one on jumpstarting your, to better health. That's a good one too. So that's just a few of the new videos that came out this year. And then everybody should know about our Healthy Living Revolution website. So it's healthylivingrevolution.com website if you don't know about that. So we're going to go there right now. Okay, this is the main page, and anything on this main page you can share with any of your customers. They can have access to anything on here. But what I wanted to concentrate on was some exercise videos that they came out with, which I thought were really good. And you can get there two ways. Up here at the top, if you go on resources and scroll down, you'll see home fitness series. That's one way to get there. But if you just go down to the bottom of this page, there's also resources and also home fitness series. So you can get there two different ways. So if you go on there, I just thought these were really cool. You'll just scroll down. It's taking a little bit to load. They have a Fitness Revolution ebook that you can copy and paste to people. But they have 6 trainings on a full body interval trainings. So you can just look at those and see which ones you would want to do. Now, anybody like Holly, anybody who works out, Brian, HIIT, Wendy and I couldn't figure out what that means. I'm thinking interval training, but we don't know what the HI means. Does anybody know? By chance?
Maybe
high intensity.
High intensity.
High intensity. Okay. Okay. Well, there's 6 of those. So you can check those out if you're looking for a good workout. Scroll down a little farther. They have 5 on Pilates, which is great. There's like 5 or 6. There's 6 on yoga. So if you get this winter and you're snowed in and you can't get out, there's no excuse for you guys not to work out one day using one of these videos, okay? And then they also have 2 on mindfulness and breathing, which I thought was really cool.
Yes.
I haven't looked at those yet, but I can't wait to. Down at the bottom, you'll see the wheel. And that is, if you click on that, the password would be revolution. And I'm in it enough, so I think it just remembers me. But this is just for distributors only. So you don't want to share this with your customers at all. But these are really cool. Under the Revolution resources, they do a monthly theme. And they actually have November's out right now. So you can go and pick and choose which one you want. And so you're ready for November 1st on Thursday. But if you click on the November themes, the theme for November is attitude and gratitude. So they're all kind of geared towards that message, attitude and gratitude. And they have Facebook headers. They have for the Shred 10. If you're really focusing on the Shred 10, you can put that on your Facebook header. They always have several recipes on here that you can share via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. They usually have a few that concentrate on the complete, whether it be the shakes or smoothies or the balls. They give different recipes. They always have a food feature. November's is beets, apples, and spaghetti squash, and I'll admit we're getting more into spaghetti squash in my family. We really like it. Then you can do a flash challenge. You know, I've seen these on other people's Facebook pages. I've never done one myself, but I think I'm going to. You know, turkey trot, which you're getting ready for Thanksgiving time. All beautifully done. The company does these all for us, and you can share all of these. And you know, there's no work that you have to do except download, copy, paste, whatever. Beautiful ones, all being thankful. And I like this one. This one is so cute. If anybody has puppies. Mm-hmm. So I just want you to check those out, see if anything resonates with you that you want to share. Like I said, the company does all of this for us, which is awesome. And for those of you that weren't at conference, we really missed you. Hopefully you'll be able to come to Sacramento. We had a great time. Beautiful weather. Well, then one night it kind of rained, but you know, that's okay. So anyway, that is all that I have. And I will get out of stop and share. And I think Brian is after me. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
What are you going to screen back there?
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, TA. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you, TA. Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm going to touch a little bit on the company itself and the vision. And as Wendy stated, you know, it's our 25th anniversary, which when you think about it, that's incredible. Most companies, new starts or new product introductions, if they get past 3 years, they're happy. And here we are celebrating our 25th year, which just goes to show that, you know, people want Juice Plus because Juice Plus works. We have a wonderful product that happens to have a business model attached to it. And that was, you know, one of the messages that we were able to take home on this. But we're also on track to make $1 billion in annual sales. It should be coming up within the next year or so to where we'll be a $1 billion a year company around the world as far as total sales is concerned, just to give you an idea of how big we have become in 25 years. And as Wendy said, our focus primarily is still on research. The 38 studies that we have and 9 in the works and the Science Institute, et cetera. And all we're doing there is we're just proving over and over and over again that Juice Plus works. It has a positive impact on the body. It has a positive impact on our health. And, you know, that's why it does so well. And on the right-hand side of this screen, you'll see our vision and our dreams. And that's really, you know, those both came from Jay Martin, who is the founder of the company and is still with us today. And he always shares just some wit and wisdom. He has a sense of humor that's unbelievable. And every time he gets on stage, it's just fun to listen to him. But our vision is to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people as possible realize their dreams. And when you think about the fact that we're 25 years old, I think we've proven that we're stable and that we're lasting. And, you know, when we get to hear Paulo speak in the NMD meetings, they talk about the next 25 years and the 25 years after that. We're just such a forward-thinking company that, you know, anytime that you invest in building your franchise now, it's going to be around for generations to come. And of course, in our mission, how do we do this? How do we grow this company is by inspiring healthy living around the world. And the truth of the matter is fruits and vegetables are everybody needs fruits and vegetables around the world. And so it's a message that rings true for everyone. So our growth curve is accelerating. We're growing faster and faster every year. And I think that's all I wanted to say as far as on the company itself. We do have a new partner. Oh, we'll talk about Julie Hertz here first, though. She put together an excellent video, and TA touched on that a little bit on the compensation plan. It's extremely simple, easy to understand. You could share this with anybody. I watched it a couple times already, and it's wonderful. You know what? You don't need to be an expert in anything in our business. All you have to know how to do is to share the right video or the right information. It's simplicity at its best. So, Okay, here's what I was looking for. TeamZ, we have a new partner now. What TeamZ is a software platform that's available to all of our reps now, and it's a way to really simplify your DMO, your daily method of operations, the contacts you make, and it is spreading like wildfire. I really think that this will become the standard of doing our business because it makes things so simple. TeamZ agreed to reduce their cost of entry by 30%. From $30 down to $20, basically rounded numbers, per month to be able to organize your business and to make your business super simple. So I'm very, very excited. I'm using this now. I'm in the middle of my 4th week, and I can speak from experience that it works extremely well. Super easy, user-friendly, the whole 10 yards. Juice Plus, once again, is picking the best people to partner with.
Okay, we'll turn it over to you, Holly.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of our amazing doctors that our company has. And can you guys hear me? Oh, my dog can hear me. It's just me. Anyway, so Dr. David Katz, I'm going to start with him. He has incredible credentials. I'm not even going to read through all of them. Sorry, he thinks someone's here. It's just me. Sorry. But yeah, so just know that he has been to, went to Dartmouth, graduated from Yale, Yale University School of Public Health, Albert Einstein College of Medicine. I don't know what that means, but that sounds really, really smart. He's on, boards, and he's like founding director of Yale's University, Griffin Prevention Research Center. Anyway, I could go on and on. He's still teaching at George Washington University School of Medicine, and he is known just really worldwide for nutrition, weight management, prevention of chronic disease, and his social media following is amazing too. So he knows what he's talking about is all I'm saying there. But just some of the things that he shared that I think are important are really he's just talking about the truth about food, and talking about that there's an elephant in the room about what is true. We just hear so many complicated things, and what diet, what fad, and so really what's going on. But he said diseases are not causes of premature death, they are the effects. And so 80% of deaths are caused by tobacco, poor diet, lack of exercise. Wow. So to be able to say you can prevent 80% of disease and illness with just changing those things. And he likes to call it poor uses of our fingers, forks, and feet. So I love that. It's pretty funny. So just think of all the diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular disease. Most of that we can actually control. He says, eat food, not too much, mostly plants. And no matter what diet, whatever fad it is, if you stick with the plants as your basis, you're going to be good. Your DNA is not your destiny, but your dinner is, right? So it makes you think about that. He has a website called Diet ID, and you can go to dqpn.io. And so you can kind of check out that. And then he does have a new book coming out. I do think it's called Truth About Food. Might be already out. You can Google him. There's that. I'm going to talk a little bit about Dr. Jim Sears. So most people recognize him from the show The Doctors. His father, Dr. Sears Sr., he is somebody that we've seen a lot in the Juice Plus community. And so now we brought his son. And really the biggest takeaway from him is that he was on the show The Doctors for about 7 years. So he started in his practice, went to the show The Doctors, and has come back into practice. And what has changed in 7 years and he's in pediatrics. And so seeing what's happened to these poor children, and just with their, more medication, anxiety, diabetes, obesity, he is just freaking out, really angry about it. And so again, all of this is preventable. And so we've got 10,000 toddlers are medicated with ADHD drugs. And so really this is about the modern medical system. And it's just, time is money for doctors. It's easy to write that prescription. And another thing he shared was ages 2 to 6 are when the social development of children is most critical. And at that point, most kids are only getting 1.5 servings of produce. Not going to help a whole lot there. So really, he's just kind of a call to action for us, you know, partnering with Juice Plus and what, you know, what we do and how he's such a big advocate and the changes he sees in this practice. You know, he's just saying we all need to rise up together and share. And I don't know about you guys that were there, but my goodness, I'm just so excited. I needed this fire back, and just these statistics right here are enough to make me go, I cannot keep my mouth shut. People's lives truly depend on it.
Incredible speakers we had. He was my absolute favorite. He started running across, doing these crazy desert runs when he was 57. And his quote that really stood out was, aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength. How encouraging, no matter how old you are, you can look forward to aging, or you can be older and look forward to getting older. So some of the things he said was, 1, never give up. There's always one more step. 2, keep going. Don't listen to naysayers. And 3, it's not about the medals you win, but it's about being the best you can be. So as we do the business, how does that translate for us? And he, along with several other speakers, reminded us that people will forget what you said, but they won't forget how you made them feel. A call to remind us to care for people, to really build relationships. And he's also remind us that, of course, there are going to be ups and downs in life, but if there are no ups and downs, it means you're dead. So don't worry about the ups and downs. Just acknowledge they're there. If you go up, great. But when you go down, you're going to go back up. So don't be discouraged. And within every one of us, there's a voice that wants to get out. So to really listen to that inner voice, what is that? What is it that's saying? What do we want to do? And one of the things to be able to do it is to get focused and get a buddy. We all need a buddy. And then he went on to talk about, you know, and I think about our business as we're growing and who we are and what we're doing. He said there's no leverage in average. Think about that for a minute. Do we want our businesses to be average? He said no one wants an average meal. No one wants an average seat in a restaurant, or an average relationship, or an average pilot, or an average surgeon. So why would they want an average Juice Plus rep? So really hitting home. And he talked about the difference between disease care and health care. What we offer is health care. So people don't have to go to the doctor with a disease that has to be treated. And he said, when somebody comes to you and says, oh, this is too expensive, ask them, what does sickness cost you? What does missing work, or what does not having a working body cost you? To really put it in perspective of just how affordable what we have is. And just the reminder, we need nutrient-dense food. And those fruits and vegetables are so good they could save your life. And what do we have in Juice Plus? We have those fruits and vegetables that can save a person's life. So he was phenomenal.
Okay.
Thank you,
Pam.
That was awesome. Okay, Holly, I'm going to turn it back over to you as you talk to us about Eve. That was another powerful message.
Yeah, so Eve Thoreau-Paul, she is fascinating. So she actually has a degree in psychology and journalism. And so she's been really researching like the millennials and the Generation Z, to kind of understand their anxieties, hopes, passions, and just really kind of looking into their psyche, the sociology, anthropology, so just really everything about them. She is the author of this book that you can see here, Taste of Generation Young. And so she's really been focusing on how individuals, the younger generation, they're soothing themselves through the food culture, which is really interesting. She is actually now going into Fortune 500 companies and dealing with entrepreneurs and just trying to help them figure out how to better serve millennials, and then just how to work with them better. Because I think a lot of us are kind of terrified sometimes when it comes to the younger generations and what's going on. So she talked more about food culture in the digital age. And she said, help us portray the lives we live on Instagram, which I think is pretty big. Like when you think about that, you know, what we put out there and what our lives really look like compared to our social media. She mentioned that 25% of the global population are millennials, and that is a big old chunk.
51.
And then if you add in the younger generation Z, you've got 51%. So over half the population are these young people that we need to figure out how to you know, help them and what we can do for them. Millennials are obsessed with food, and half of millennials spend more on coffee than they're putting into savings, which I'm sure some adults are the same way. Just look at Starbucks. But they're also influencing media, food policy, taste, and values. And it's not just the United States, this is global. So this is all around the world. There's just this crazy focus on food. Technology has really created this. And a couple different words that she taught us was nomophobia, which is a fear of not being able to use your phone. And that's also when you're having that like phantom vibrations and you think that things are going off and your phone's not doing anything. Techno stress, which I suffer from hugely. This is just stress coming from our technology. If you took my phone away, guaranteed I'd have like 75% less stress and anxiety. Flubbing, and this is when everybody's at the table doing this instead of looking at each other. So I think we've all seen that and probably been a part of that. So this is really terrifying. When technology and kind of like more of the internet started being more accessible, a lot of that younger generation, well, not a lot, but only like 9% was Googling, I have no friends. How do I calm my anxiety? Am I depressed? I can't sleep. How do I find meaning in my life? It's gone up to 84%. You got 84% of this younger generation really feeling lost. And that's really scary. Again, so much of it is from technology. She talked about Maslow's basic needs, which are self-actualization, esteem, love and belonging, safety and control, and physiological. And she focused on safety and control. And so unfortunately with the internet now, we have all access to everything bad all around the world all the time. We're being bombarded constantly. You know, we didn't used to have that. So young people are just worried constantly. They also have a time crunch. They're skipping meals. They're on the go constantly. They're snacking. This group is very skeptical and they lack trust because of internet. They know a lot of it is fake. They don't know what to trust, you know, what's real, what's not real. So they search for real, you know, that's what they're trying to find. So in their food, they're searching for ingredients that they understand and that are real. So non-GMO, natural, transparency in foods. You like to do it yourself, like home cooking, comfort foods, home remedies. And then even with, you know, like restrictive diets, you know, they're very focused on that. And then there is a word called orthorexia. That's the obsession with eating what someone portrays as or perceives as healthy foods. So that's a good thing. That's a good obsession to have. So that's good. But really with food in this chaotic world, this is one of the few things they can control is what goes into their body. And so I think that's true for a lot of us. Love and belonging, she touched on. This is the loneliest generation because of the internet. They're having superficial relationships. It's all this fake world that they're living in. And, you know, it's just really keeping them, you know, not connected. They're just disconnected. And so food is an identity. They can self-brand with it. It's a social currency. There's some one-upmanship. There's personalization with it, customization. So they're really kind of focusing around that. And one thing she talked about is how every post that we post is bragging. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. It's bragging. So think about what you want to be bragging about, you know. So food, not a bad thing to brag about, I'd say. Food is community. You know, we've got celebrity chefs, dinner clubs, underground dinners, brunch. And so this group of people, they really would rather have experiences over things, over money. And so, you know, they're also very much into pro-social and human rights, you know, clean water, fair trade, et cetera, like that. So at the end of it, we've got a big, passionate group of people. And the things that they're lacking, we have to offer them. We have that community. We have that connection. And so, you know, we need to be searching out these people, because just as much as we need them and their passion and knowledge of food, etc., to share, we desperately need that, or we, you know, they need us too, because we need to help them reconnect and have that sense of purpose and sense of mission and just sense of belonging. So on every level, what Eve shared was just so powerful, and there's just so much information. But I'm just really grateful that she shared, because it really helped me understand a lot better what was going on. So.
Thank you so much, Holly.
Thanks,
Okay.
Holly.
Right.
So back to me. I had to come upstairs to be on Wendy's computer. Mine overheated or crapped on me, whatever. Anyway, it wasn't working all of a sudden. So Jeff and Tony Olson talked about building with the next generation, and it was very interesting because a lot of things were identical to what Holly just shared, so it just reinforced all that. But you know, this is the emerging generation that is moving into the workplace, and there's about 70 to 80 million millennials in the United States that are looking for, as Holly mentioned, connection and community. And of course, that's such a big piece of who we are and what we have going on in our organization, excuse me, the Juice Plus organization as a whole. And just a couple things that Jeff touched on is that this age group of people, they really, really enjoy live events. They like the experience. They want to be a part of something. They love fun. And he was saying that his group of millennials that are on his team, they actually do what he calls trailers, mini trailers. So when they invite to an event, they do like a little movie trailer of themselves as part of the invitation process as to, you know, what's going to be happening. This is what's going to go on. And they make it super fun and a way to connect to people like that. They use the Shred 10 very successfully because it's an experience. It's drawing people in. And again, it's just, as Holly said, you know, this group of people is all about food and they like to talk about it. And that's why the Shred 10 works so well on them. But the other thing that's really interesting that Jeff was talking about is that this is the first generation to truly embrace the new work paradigm, meaning that the idea of having to go and sit in your cubicle for 8 or 9 hours a day in order to make a living, they're basically rejecting that. And they're saying there are too many ways to make a living than doing that. And that's where our Juice Plus business becomes so attractive to them, because we're so outside of the box, you know, with the freedom that we offer and how you can do this business. And so that's really what I wanted to share there as far as Jeff and what he's doing and building up his group and, you know, just focused on fun. Oh, one other quick thing. He said they have a rule in their group that in order to come to an event, you have to bring at least one new person to the event. And I think that's a really neat idea. And because it's all about new, right? You got to be bringing new people. So that's kind of like their standing team rule is you got to bring somebody new if you want to show up yourself.
Okay, and then I had Allie Schneider, Following in Love with a Follow-Up. That's kind of a novel concept for a lot of us when we're like petrified to follow up because we're afraid to be rejected. So what she talked about was, what is your mindset when you follow up? How many people have you been one and done with? It's like, okay, I followed up, done. They said no, or they didn't answer their phone. I don't need to worry with them anymore. But stop and think about, why do we do that? Are we afraid of being pushy? Are we afraid of being perceived as someone just trying to sell something? And if those are it, then stepping back and saying, okay, am I being pushy or am I being professional? And what does that mean if I'm being professional? And she gave several different scenarios about that. But the bottom line was, stop worrying about what other people think about you and realize that the average number of exposures are 6, 7, or 8 before they say yes. That's okay. We're following up because we care about them. We're following up because we want them to be healthy. So keeping that in the forefront when we talk to people, just let go of all those other fears. And one of the things we need to remember is we need to let others have the helper's high. We don't always have to be the strong one. We can have other people, and we're very blessed to have people in our immediate community that can help us with things and with follow-up. And then we went on to Andrea Bonner, Team Building to Success. And she really talked about the marathon mentality. This is not a sprint. We're not going to run 50 yards and be done. This is something that, yes, we may do a lot at the beginning to build our business and make our different levels, but it's really more about staying the course, choosing not to be defeated, choosing to go forward, and really enjoying the business. Remembering that comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare ourselves to other people, to other reps, to other anything. Know who we are and go forward. We need to build a solid foundation. Go wide, duplicate it to create depth. Keep it simple so it's easy to duplicate. I had something else there, sorry. Our business is a challenge sometimes. We can just acknowledge it. Sometimes it's a challenge. That's okay. But with that authenticity, it also encourages others that we're helping, that are joining our teams, and help them build their life. We need to be proactive in helping them be successful. And remembering that depth creates security in our business. That's part of what creates our wealth. Go deep and go wide. The simpler we keep it, the more successful we will be. Over to, my thing went blank. I don't know who's next.
You're continuing to move on, Pam.
Oh, I just keep talking. Sweet.
It's getting better by the moment.
So sorry about that. So hosting events. When we think about hosting events, a lot of us will go, oh, no, I don't know enough. But again, we just need to be teachable. We need to be coachable. We can build an empire through events. How often have we heard events, three-way calls? Whoever does the most three-way calls is the winner. The events matter. And never prejudge people. You just don't know who's going to say, oh yeah, I'm interested in that. Lock arms with our community. I love the fact that when Heather, one of the newer reps, got back into town, she and two other newer reps got together, and they've already planned events. And that was part of the power of the being together at conferences, getting to know each other, getting excited, and immediately coming back and doing something. Never cancel an event. If you have nobody show up, do it to the wall, and then you can just call every single person and say, we had a great event, and get excited about it. Be excited for them and say, I've got another one scheduled next on this date. Come join me. And Harriet Salser, who's going to be in Dayton, she has great stories about that, and how that attitude of never canceling, doing it no matter who's there, and being excited and following up with every person who had said they were going to be there and didn't show up, what a difference that made. Take pictures, have fun. And again, she said the same thing that Dave O'Brien did. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Do you care enough about people to share with them what can change their lives? What are the event types? We've got Juice Plus Live, boot camps, regional summits, corporate sponsored health talks, Zoom, Facebook events, vendor events, in-home event themes, all kinds of ideas. No excuses. But get to, what is your passion? What do you love doing? What really lights your fire? What do you get excited about when you talk to people? If you don't know, spend the next week and really think about that. Pay attention to what you get excited about. And then use that passion and create an event around that passion. It doesn't have to be something that excites somebody else. It's what's going to make you, what resonates with you and make you excited about doing it. You can have events with 2 people or 100. You don't have to have a bazillion people to make a successful event. You just have to have that one other person to show that you care. And then the power of 5 events, whether in person, whether online, 5 people sharing their product and business stories. They're sitting in front of the room and in front of the camera. They're going to highlight their product stories and share their highlight the products and then share their product and business stories. People are hearing from different perspectives, so that gets them excited. And then when you close, share 3 ways to invite share 3 ways to invite them into our community. 1, you can do nothing and nothing will ever change, but you had a fun night out. 2, are you inspired to make one simple change with Juice Plus products? 3, or are you inspired by all of it and you want to join our mission? So you give them some options. Grab your buddies, build events. Be consistent. Consistency builds credibility and trust. And get organized with your team. Wendy and Brian have just come up with a team calendar, so we can go on that. They talked about the team calendars. Listing all your events on Facebook team page so that we all know what's going on. When you invite, be intentional and do it daily. Call people. There is power in the voice. I'm always amused at conference how at some point during the thing, somebody holds up a phone and says, hey, dial and open your mouth and talk. I mean, that seems so simple, but we forget to do it sometimes. I mean, even when we have Voxer, it's easy to leave messages, and sometimes we forget to call and pick up the phone and actually talk to the other person in a live conversation. So really getting back to that voice. And when you talk to somebody, make it personal. And this was really kind of a cool idea, because I think often we plan events and then invite everybody. They said, how about pick out 2 people, get their schedules when they're available, and plan an event around their schedule, because those people are going to feel very special that you plan something just for them. You're not going to only invite those 2 people, but those 2 people, they're pretty much guaranteed to show up because they know they're the future. So you have sample flyers. Teresa Ann talked about those with the Healthy Living Revolution. Setting up events. Have a grand opening day. Have your stories down pat. Memorize them. Always have your stories memorized. You can do a smoothie party, guess the ingredients, and then share your product and business story. Show a video of your favorite video. And they actually say hand out the forms. And so the grand opening, actually, I didn't tell you this, is an actual event. And then they talk about sharing the packages. So if you'd like to order, you can go with the silver package, which is our trio, the gold package, which includes our omega, or the platinum package that has the omega and the shakes. So that's another way to think of it. But be consistent with your events. And then then they say, now follow up. You have to have a plan. And I really think that's where TeamZ is going to help us a lot. Be persistent, be professional and show you care. Listen so you understand their needs. Ask for the order to join and whether they would like to join the mission. And now immediately follow up and send pictures. If you didn't pick up on that, that's you have plan. Those follow with all the letters and plan. And then events, make them fun, inspiring, provide value, create community. This is where your local teams are built, provides accountability, adds social validity, and create a big vision. So that was that part. Now on to the art of duplication. So you've had the events and you have people who want to join. This was Karen Johnson and Carly Price. And first thing we need to do is assess our belief in the business, our belief in the industry, our belief in our products, our belief in our sponsor, and our belief in ourself. And then make the connection. Connect daily with your sponsor or upline for your support. Connect to anyone, anywhere. I mean, a lot of times we'll say, well, we're not part of a networking group. You don't have to be a part of a networking group. How many cashiers have you talked to who would love to not be standing on their feet every day? How many lifts have you ridden in where the drivers are just practice on them? If nothing else, you might get a customer or you might get a rep. So connect anywhere. If you're stuck, ask for help. Don't stay stuck. Be an independent leader, yet interdependent on the team's system. We have a wonderful system. We need to use our system. It makes it duplicatable. No, when someone says no, it means they don't know of it enough yet or not yet. Again, don't do the one and done. And be adaptable and build your business. Be committed. How do you do anything? How you do anything is how you do everything. So really look at how you're doing your daily interactions with people, your daily business. Every call, every event, every conversation matters. And the systemization, you have your three-way calls, which is the number one dollar-making activity. I don't know everything, but I want you to meet my business partner. I don't know everything, but I want you to meet my friend who's a retired nurse. I don't know everything, but I want you to meet my fitness professional. So we have so many resources, use them. Do launch calls with new reps. Match and model your new reps' energy to events. And again, it goes back to find out what their passion is, talk to them. You have the Zoom and live events, the time blocking, which is crucial in time management, goal time and line coaching, conference to conference goals. Who am I going to bring with me next? What do I want to do? Where do I want to see my business? And then leadership, personal growth. Our business, honestly, as leadership is personal growth disguised as a business. Think about how much more we're reading now, a lot of us, than we were reading when we first started the business. We are growing. We have to take ownership and accountability. When something happens or doesn't happen, we can't blame someone else. Look at ourselves and see what we need to change. And realize that as leaders, we are accountable to our teams. When we have somebody that says, I want to do this business, we need to be a good leader and be better at the business than they are, so we lead by example. We have to have grit and determination because we've already established things are difficult. And fill our mind daily. What am I dwelling on? What am I thinking about? What am I going to become because of what I'm thinking about? And what is our vision for the future? And lastly, as we go through this, ask ourselves, am I coachable? Am I teachable? Am I willing to do the activity? Decide, commit, and succeed.
Awesome. Thank you, Pam.
Welcome.
Amazing. We're going to be wrapping up here. Brian's going to go over a new incentive from the company.
All right, very good. So this was super exciting. The company actually has put together an incentive for us. It's designed to empower us and pay us to grow our team, to add new team members on there. And we all know that the building block of starting your business is the HLP. And, that's when you get your new rep gets a trio, and then they get two more people outside at different addresses that also get the trio. And that's been very basic for us for a long time. And what they've done is they've incentivized this to make it so that you can make some more money and win some other things. But there's a wonderful flyer that's available. You can get all the details that you're seeing right there on your screen. But as a new representative, if they do the HLP within 30 days between it's actually October 20th through January 31st. It does say 22nd on the flyer. They can still get the $100, but now not only do they get the $100, they also get a free ticket to the Juice Plus Live conference, which has exactly, Holly, $100 value to it. So basically, for getting just 3 trio orders, you're getting $200 in bonuses on that. Then you can go to your current reps who are already involved, and it's all about sponsoring. And when you sponsor a new rep and bring them on, and they do an HLP, and you get 2 people to do that, then you earn a $100 bonus. And then you also get reimbursement for registration free to a regional or a boot camp. Or if you're able to do 3 of those between now and the end of January, you earn the same as above, the $100 bonus, plus the a chance to win the summer tour prize package, which would include airfare, a hotel, and a ticket to one of the super regionals that we have going on around the country. And then if you go 4, it's the same thing plus a little bit more. This time you could win a chance to win the Juice Plus Live package, which is where they're going to fly you out, put you up in your hotel for the next conference in Sacramento. It's also good for the Austin conference as well. So they basically are paying for your entire trip. There's going to be 20 of those packages awarded. And then if you go 5 or more, you're getting yourself in the drawing more often for potential for winning that prize package. But what's really, really cool about this is that, as we all know, it's all about adding new people to your team. That's what the focus needs to be. We talk about this all the time. Now they've put an incentive behind it so that between now and January, we can pick up some really nice cash and tickets that have high value to them as well by adding new people to our team and walking them through the HLP project or process. So super exciting. Read your brochure, or excuse me, read your flyer, and it'll give you the details.
Okay, thank you, Brian. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to just wrap up here with just a few final things. At the end of conference, we basically had a small little concert from Philip Phillips. He was amazing. If you don't know him, he won American Idol a few years back, and he was just incredible. It was so much fun to land with just a time of celebration and fun. And then I have never in my entire life seen this fireworks display like what we saw just outside of the convention center. They had a huge barge and the most incredible fireworks. And of course, they were in red, green, purple, and orange. It was incredible. So much fun. So they are celebrating this 25th anniversary with a bang. That is for darn sure. It was an amazing evening. There are summits like Brian was talking about around the country. You definitely want to get to one of these events. Events build your business. They build your beliefs. They build all of the beliefs that Pam was talking about. And we need that. We need that in this business because sometimes it feels like a battlefield. We are working against people's idols to food and their cravings and their comforts. And it's just hard to help them understand the power of nutrition. So we need belief building in all these different areas of what we're doing. So do take a look at the different summits around the country. See if you can find one to go to. And of course, the biggest granddaddy of them all, the Super Bowl, is the Sacramento Juice Plus Live Conference. So you definitely want to put this on your calendar, you guys. We are going to have such a great time. Again, you just don't want to miss the conferences, but if you did, I hope this was really helpful for you, and I hope that you found value. So thank you for everybody who shared. Just so appreciate each one of you, and thank you for joining us tonight. I hope it was a great time for you too. Take care, you guys.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, hi, Clara. Good to see you.
Hi.
Yes. Okay. I'll hit the
Thank you.
Take care, you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.